Good morning. I am Angie Gyan, and I am here today to welcome you to today's 10:10 pre-service meditation. I'd like us to take a moment to close our eyes and to come together in the one mind, the one source, the one love, the one heart, knowing that the God is the source and supply of all that is, and it is our source and our supply, and provides to us anything and everything we may need in this lifetime. We know that God is that source, and we know that we are children of that God, and so it is our divine inheritance to live with opulent health, wealth, and abundance. We know that abundance means more than just wealth and money, although it does include that. There is an abundance of health. There's an abundance of friendship. There's an abundance of time. Whatever you need is available to you to the capacity that you have to accept it, and to the level of and degree of consciousness that you have to accept it. So today, let's let our meditation evolve around growing our consciousness to accommodate more, bringing a larger cup to the fount of life to take what it is that we need, want, and desire in this life. And so we go within, being present, being aware in this moment of all that it is that we wish to manifest in this life. And there's a reason that we're here on this planet now, that we chose to incarnate in this lifetime during these times that are happening right now. And we ask that it be revealed to us what it is that we came to learn from in this lifetime. Why did we come here now? What did we come to learn? What did we come to offer and contribute in ways of our beingness? And so that we may work in collective consciousness with the life, the blood life, the flow of life, the consciousness of life, so that we may be a part of the greater whole. What is our reason? What is our why? So we take a few moments today to meditate on that question and to learn more about who we are and why we're here. So let's take a moment to allow our meditation to begin. So maintaining this consciousness for just a moment longer, we come back into present moment awareness, grateful for the time to have the meditation that we just enjoyed, with a new awareness of the information that you just gathered and collected during your meditation, and a new understanding of why you are here and what is your unique purpose to provide to the earth and to all of mankind at this time. And we are grateful to have the opportunity to go within anytime that we choose and get those answers and get those feelings and those guidances and those directions, knowing that at all times we are always guided, guarded, directed, and protected. And so we are grateful for today's meditation. And we know that in the service today, you will be served beautifully and perfectly. And you are guided to be here to hear what is yours to hear for today. Thank you so much for joining us today, and enjoy the service.
Good morning. Just allowing that vibration to come deep inside and bring us to center. Now let's stand together and join Ascension as they sing our opening song.
Good morning.
All the colors of the rainbow, all the voices in the wind, every dream that reaches out to find where love begins, and every word of every story, every star in every sky, every corner of creation lives to testify. For as long as I shall live, I will testify to love, be a witness in the silence when the words are not enough. With every breath I take, I give thanks to God within. For as long as I shall live, I will testify to love. The mountains to the valleys, from the rivers to the sea, every hand that reaches out, every hand that reaches out to offer peace, in every simple act of mercy, every step to kingdom come, all the hope in every heart speaks what love has done. For as long as I shall live, I will testify to love, be a witness in the silence when the words are not enough. With every breath I take, I give thanks to God within. For as long as I shall live, I will testify to love. For as long as I shall live, I will testify to love, be a witness in the silence when the words are not enough. With every breath I take, I give thanks to God within. For as long as I shall live, I will testify to love. For as long as I shall live, I will testify to love, be a witness in the silence when the words are not enough. With every breath I take, I give thanks to God within. For as long as I shall live, I will testify to love.
Thank you, Ascension. And good morning, Amani. So good to see all of you here. Some of you haven't been here for a little while. We're so glad to have you back. And all of you online watching us from home or wherever you're watching from, thank you for joining us. My name is Marcy Mitchell, and I'm a practitioner here at the Amani Center. So it's my great pleasure and honor to welcome you all to our Sunday experience today. So we like to start our Sunday experience by reading our vision statement. So that should be up on your screen at home, and it's on the screen here. So let's all speak it together. We are an inclusive spiritual community dedicated to raising consciousness and transforming lives. And so that's why we're here. That's what we keep in mind at all times as we continue to move through these interesting times on the planet, as we continue to create content and events and come together here. That's what it's all about. So thank you for being part of that vision. There are workshops, there are classes, there are get-togethers. There's so many ways you can participate in being part of this unfoldment on the planet. So we'll talk about a few of those in a moment during our announcements, but one of the things that we love to do is to do affirmative prayer or spiritual mind treatment or prayer. And we have a team of professional prayers, our Circle of Light, made up of our ministers and our practitioners who have done a minimum of 4 years, and actually in all cases way more than that, of training, of classes, of work to really know how to remind you to remember the truth of who you are with you and for you. And it's our great joy to do that. We are available after service. Angie's our practitioner of the day. She'll be right here. There's a chair you can come and take. If there's something that's weighing heavy in your heart, if there's something that you've just been trying to work through that you would like to release or bring in, something you're feeling gratitude for, whatever it is, prayer is never the wrong answer. It's always the right answer. So let us do it with you. Let us help remind you of who you are, and just bring this gift to you. And would all the members of our Circle of Light who are here just raise your hand so that people can see? So quite a few. There's almost a one-on-one. We can get through the whole crowd really quickly. So let's do this. All right. And now we're going to go into our announcements. And so, as always, we have quite a bit going on, but we start by, this is the last Sunday in November. Our November theme is Overflowing Abundance, and we have our wonderful Reverend Sherry Wynn here today. So then next week will be our virtual Sunday, and we had our town hall last week, and we got a lot of people who said that they would like to come for the virtual Sundays, so come and have the space open. So we're going to work back to that in 2022. This one's already been announced as virtual only, and we haven't really had a chance to put that together. So this one will be a pajama Sunday. Stay home, watch it online, on YouTube, on your phone, and drink your coffee and just enjoy it. And then we'll have our wonderful speaker singer, Faith Rivera. I don't know, was anybody watch it last time she was here? She's amazing. Her voice, her words, just her whole energy, just lovely, lovely woman. So don't miss that. She's really wonderful. And so today we're going to trim the tree. You might have noticed it's up, and some folks already got started on it. So we've got lots of decorations. If you have time, stay and add some. The kids made a bunch of really cute decorations last week, and we had kind of hoped to get them on the tree, but it was a little too much. We couldn't quite get the tree up with everything else that was going on, but it's here now. So stay. There's some pumpkin pie. Just come and be in community with us. It's also just gorgeous outside. I think it's supposed to be like 67 or something. The patio is just lovely. So hang out after, stay and be part of this community. All right, we have a big event coming up in December. It is our Holiday Bazaar, and we didn't do this last year due to COVID, so we're happy to be bringing it back. It will be December 11th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. We're going to have Santa here doing pictures, and he has confirmed that he will be here from 12 to 2 for pictures. So you can come, you can shop, you can get your pictures with Santa. That's all on a love donation. We're going to have snacks and food and gifts. You can bring your stuff to be gift wrapped on a love donation basis. We're going to set up a gift wrap station again. So just come and share in this time. We'll have some great vendors here. If you're looking to vend, if you have something you'd like to bring, or if you know someone, local artisan or someone who's just got a small business that they would like to share, it's just $35 for a table. We're going to have lots of tables in here. And please have them see Kathy Amos Clark or email us at the Imani Center. That's not right. admin@theImaniCenter.org. And let us know. We'd love to have a few more vendors if there's people who are interested. Okay, we have the following day, December 12th, we have a storytelling and drum circle with Angela from the Phoenix Drum and Dance Company. And she's amazing. Storyteller, drumming, participation. This will be a really lovely event. So stay after service on Sunday, December 12th, and participate in this. And I think we put it out as the 14th. Well, I put it out as the 14th last week. Steve caught me on that. So 12th, not the 14th. Okay, and then we have the winter solstice ritual coming up. This one's shaping up really exciting. We had some good conversations about what we're going to do next week, or yesterday at a little get-together. So show up for this on the 21st. So it's 12, 21, 21. We're going to do it at 11 a.m., which is as close to the solstice time as Kristen could get us. So it'll be a daytime event, so hopefully we'll be easy to be outside and sunny on the patio. Ritual, connection, and just a sacred way to change over to the new season. So please do participate. That's open to everyone, and it is a free event. And then Prosperity Plus 3 is coming up. So this is the newer one that Mary Morrissey does. Amazing interactive class program. If you haven't done any of the others, you don't have to do one or two to take 3. They all stand alone. They're all fun. They're super interactive. They will change your life if you do the practice. And she lays everything out for you. It's really great. Reverend Belinda and Rebecca Dugan, a practitioner here, will be leading it. They have done it many times. They know how to have fun, how to make it fun. This is a great program, so I encourage you to sign up. The program's free. You just pay for your materials, and they've got it on a digital platform this time. So it's a great practice, and it will really make a difference in your life. So sign up for Prosperity Plus 3. And we used to drop links. Everything's available on the website. So just go to theamanicenter.org, and you can sign up for all of this. If you have any trouble, let us know. Okay. That's it for the announcements. Let's take a moment and bless the service. So if there's anything in your lap, set it aside. Put your feet flat on the floor. Sit up nice and straight. If it feels comfortable, allow your eyes to close. You can also allow your gaze to just soften and focus between your eyes in the center of your forehead at your third eye as you receive a cleansing breath in, filling the belly and the chest and releasing it. We drop in to that sacred space within where we are all connected. It is a space where we are connected always, but we focus our energy and our attention there now, becoming super aware of this connection, this oneness with the universe, with spirit, with each other, with the planet, with nature, every animal, every bird, every walking mammal or reptile on this planet, the water that flows through the streams, the oceans, through the mountains, the ground, the sky above, the planets. All of it is connected to us. We are part of this great system of energy and love and light and power. All of this energy, this knowledge, this oneness is here fully in each and every one of us, just as it exists in all of the universe. This remarkable connection, this remarkable energy, this source, this power that we have is all for the good. And so I know that each and every one of us is blessed by this, is informed as to what is ours to do, and then given everything we need to do it. The knowledge, the energy, the resources, the other people, the connection, everything that we need to perform our mission in this moment, in this day, in this world, is right here for us. And we have just to say yes and to receive it with grace and gratitude and a knowledge, a hope, an expectancy for the good that is unfolding. And so I know that this service unfolds divinely. I know that our lives, too, are unfolding divinely, each and every one of us. No matter how it might look in the interesting times, it is all part of the greater picture and purpose. And so we stay open to it and receive it and say yes. And I am so grateful for this truth. I'm grateful for this awareness, and I'm grateful for this place where we learn how to do this. And we learn how to put down what's not ours and how to embrace and pick up and step into that which is. never alone, always connected, always guided, always supported, and always held. And so I release my word into the law. I know that as I speak it, it is already done, and all is well. And together we say, and so it is. And now ascension.
Be leading us, there we go, in today's affirmation brought to us by our own Reverend Sherry Wynn. If you would like to join me, we'll go through it 3 times. The first time with energy and enthusiasm. The second time, we'll take it down in our hearts and speak it in a whisper. And the third time, if you would just join me mentally. Let us begin. My every thought and act is an expression of the goodness which flows from life. My every thought and act is an expression of the goodness which flows from life. My every thought and act is an expression of the goodness which flows from life, and so it is.
Grateful for each hand we hold, gathered round this table. try so hard to be good, to lead a life worth living. Father, mother, daughter, son, neighbor, friend, and friendless, all together, everyone. Let grateful days be endless. Grateful for each hand we hold, gathered round this table.
And so we take the sound of the music and we bring it within, coming together in unity and community as we bring our attention and intention inward and upward. As today we approach the month of December, the last month of the year, coming to the end of the year 2021. So I invite you to take into your meditation today a year-end review and to look back over the past year, the times that have gone by so fast and the times that have gone by so slow, and to take into account all that you've experienced, all that you have lived through, and to find the lessons, to find the growth moments. What were those lessons? What were those growth moments all about? And what have they moved you from? And what have they moved you towards? And we take it in and we ask our spirit guides and our guardian angels to direct us, to help us see what we might be too close to see for ourselves. So I invite you to take that in and enjoy your meditation. And so we move in our divine healing, and we take into our hearts and into our minds those that we know who may be suffering during this time of year, those who may be battling addiction, those who may be struggling with mental health issues, those who feel lonely and alone at this time of the year. And we raise them up and we surround them in divine love, presence, and essence. And we see them in their fullness. We see them in their wholeness, and we know that at their truth they are perfect, whole, and complete. And we know that our recognizing this and our knowing this for them can have an absolute effect in their world of affairs and in their lives. And so we stand steadfast in our conviction as we hold on to these visions, as these images, and we know that all else is just an illusion. And so we do not judge by appearances, but by the truth that we know. And we are so grateful to know this truth. We are so grateful to be students of this truth and to be agents of this truth and to spread this love and light around the planet where we see what appears to be absent of those things. And I am so grateful to know these truths and to be in community with others who know the same, and to have the Amani Center to come together in unity and community to celebrate these things and to know the truth as we look upon one another. And it is with a grateful heart that I release my word, knowing that even as I speak it, it is already done, as together we say, and so it is.
Turn, and you're a bent bone, weary, wandering soul, and born upon a body you can never own, rolling you along, bent sideways, tumbling a mother-given limb. You knew it when you flew in, shuttling. Weaver, you are gold bent, but do the strings hold the strength of what was given when you flew in? You're burning your own home. Some days could you live a little lighter, give a little water, give a little eye to eye, see from what you make, got a little shadow in your wake. Waking is the way we grow this, know this, got a little matter to be paid, met and giving it away. This the truth you're being shown, told it's all we've ever known. What another truth you gonna hide, baby, finding that you're choosing every moment, looking through the frame they've given you. There's a turn from the fear, a stand for the free, a song for the beat down, picking up steam. You will hear my voice here singing. There's a let from the green, a gift for the kind. I'll be dancing with the ones who remind me we're born of dust and silence. We're made of ancient song. There are ones who keep us sleeping. There are ones who bring the dawn. Put your back to the birch and your mind to the matter of a listening kind of way. We're born of dust and silence. We're made of ancient song. Rose upon the shoulders of the shoreline, eyesight creeping around the edges of the known. You've known it from before your sight was shorn, shifted, and they told you not to talk of this. But you remember in your sleep all the ones that you could see, raising candles to the sky in the forest darkest night. Wide-eyed, keep stride, this path you're being shown. Sure thing, keep singing to the ones who are walking on. You're the wonder, the stars they look upon. Your clouds to them, giving harm or giving form. Do we meet them with our grace? Do we run and do we face their helping us to heal their choice and choose again? You return from the fear, stand for the free, song for the beat down, picking up steam. You'll hear my
Thank you, Ascension. That was amazing. All right, so now it is my joy and honor to introduce today's speaker. She is our wonderful own Reverend Sherry Wynn, and we are so grateful to have her here. Help me welcome Reverend Sherry.
Well, that was just one of my favorite songs you guys sang. I love it. Love it, love it. So it looks like we're small but mighty today. So I want us to take a moment to remember what this holiday is about. It's about having a grateful heart. No matter what we've gone through, what we're going through, or what's going to happen, grace lives with us, in us, and by means of us. And when we take a moment to remember that and to be grateful, we open all those stuck places in us. We let go of the illusion that we are separate from. And so we are powerful here today, so I want you to take a moment to just flood your mind with all the people that have been in your life. Let this time together, let this day be a remembering of all the souls that have passed through our lives, because they have gifted us with many things. Some a little hard, some a little sad, some grateful. But everyone that has passed through our lives was brought to us by love, delivered to our hearts, to our experiences, to see the loveliness that they are. So let's not forget, when we move through our lives, that we are capable of this, that we are capable of great love, love beyond anything we ever imagined, because that which created us lives in, as, and through us. And so it's our time to see that, to recognize that. There's a little voice in our head that sometimes has something different to say about us, about what we have and what our appearance is, or maybe even how our body feels, or what our pocketbook looks like, or maybe what somebody else said that was less than about us, and it got lodged in our heart. We are much, much more. And it's time for us to stop being small and little and let the light show up. And when it gets dim or the lights go out, remember to reach out and ask those who see us more fully to remind us. And so today is the alchemy of spirit. I love that word, alchemy. Just reminds me of all the good things as a young person that I pursued. I loved fantasies and fairy tales and stories about saints and things that were very much bigger and beyond me. Was always sort of what I was reaching for. Something that was more than what was in my peripheral space. I think that has been the thread in my life. The looking for that light, that love, that harmony, that peace, that grace, always looking, and often finding. Actually, the affirmation that I took was from this thing called You, and actually was from the book that I'm having the very lovely experience of with some students to share. And he says, Ernest Holmes says, when thoughts of unhappiness well up from within, thoughts of joy will transmute them through the alchemy of spirit. So spirit is not a fixed identity or deity. It is a constant moving of grace and love into matter. In love we were created, and out of love we are being alive and awake. So Spirit's never static. It's always a movement of something becoming something. And when I get stuck, which happens, wake up in the morning, my body has a conversation that I'm not particularly fond of. It's achy, and, all of a sudden things will happen in my mind. Stuff will show up. And I look at this alchemy of spirit as a way to find a sense of kindness and compassion with what might be moving through my awareness that looks a little less than. Because somehow I put it there, or the world put it there, in a state of illusion which said that I was less than, or the world was less than, or it's an evil place, or there's bad people. It is true that we live in a relative world where we see the misshapen energy that individuals have made into something other than love and light. It's all it is. It's energy that's been misshapen by our ignorance, by our fear, by our sense of unworthiness. There is an ego that is in company with us every day, and it's not a bad thing. It is part of how we live in our world, but it's up to us to transform it by means of our spiritual self, to take that which is misshapen and has been stuck away in a place that is looking like fear or unhappiness or unworthiness. It's up to us to find that tender, Christ-like nature that loves all, sees all, and witnesses all from a place of goodness and mercy and kindness. We are about the business, if we would, of mercy and kindness. Mercy and kindness, when we were praying this morning, or whoever was praying and in meditation and all the different things that happened, I just flashed on all the many homeless people that I have seen. And there's always been a big ache in my heart for those that have been trampled down by life, that have lost their way. I remember with my husband, one Christmas, he got a whole bunch of $1 bills. And he said, "Come on, Sherry, we're going down to G Street, which is in Fresno, which is the worst of the worst place in Fresno, where the inhabitants of life that have been beat down, and they live in a world that is so unfamiliar to me. I was so blessed in this life. And there's a part of me that was nervous, but Robert was a 6'5" Viking, kind of a big-hearted guy, and so we went, and we're passing out money, and I could see my judgment as it came up. And as he gave this man who was just so caught up in the alcohol and the despair, and in my mind, and I talked about it later, I said, I need help with this. I said, when you give that guy that $1 or the $10, he's just going to go buy it on alcohol. And he said, yeah, and that might be the best day that he has. And so I saw and was grateful to be with someone who had a greater understanding of life. And so little by little, I've had to be consciously aware of my judge, my merciful, my judge that it has no mercy or kindness, my judge that has a better way than somebody else's. And I've been tested by friends and family and members of my community and other leaders when they come to me with a story about darkness, or you are the reason my problem is. I've had that in my face. And when I look at myself, I think, well, that isn't who I am or what I intended. But somehow, that's how they received it. So can I love them in spite of that? And that's taken some big work, because my ego has a story to tell me that is different than the truth. And so it's up to us during this period of time, transmuting this energy that we carry within us, this voice that carries within us, which is less than. It's up to us to say, oh, good, look at, I have hold of it now, this old illusion, and what will I make it into? And so this time, this Christmas time in our culture, or Kwanzaa, or what everybody calls it, this time when the light goes away and we put the lights on our Christmas tree and we wrap our packages and we make our food, we are in the business of transforming this energy. And make no mistake, even in a kitchen, when you make a cookie and you give it away, you infuse it with the power of love, that energy finds its way to wherever it goes. And in the same way, we must be careful when we do something different than our energy, which is sadder or angry or upset. We must call that back into our heart to reform it. And we can do this, and we must do this, because this is the celebration of the life that lives in us and through us. This is what it wants to be through us. A transmuting, transforming energy of everything that we have left undone. The dust in our minds, the unforgiven. There is nothing that is unforgivable. And the hardest thing is to be witness to our own stuff, where we have made errors. And somehow we think if we would just ignore it, it would go away. Call it home in kindness. Call it back to your hearth of your heart. Call it up in your awareness and bless it, for it has taught you something. Maybe you won't know what it is until down the road and an aha happens, but bless it, not as a false or bad thing, but something that you as the Divine Mother and the Heavenly Father can birth into the light in a new way. During this process of this idea of the alchemy of spirit, I have days when I wake up, when I ask for the light and I pray with fervence for love to be in the company of my own awareness, so I'm aware of it. I'm not without that which needs to be remade. And some of it's ancient. It has come from many lifetimes to me. And this haunting remembering of the error of things or the darkness of things has come to be reseen, renamed, remade in kindness and mercy. Isn't that what Christ came to teach us? Isn't that what all the great teachers came to see? See, now the glory of God is upon us. See the light that has been given us. See, we're in celebration of something new that's come to the planet. See, there is someone that has been birthed or born or is alive and awake and come. See, let me tell you of the story of goodness and mercy and kindness. And isn't this what we want? Isn't this that what we hope for? And so in the day that it shows up misformed, say, thank you for bringing this home to me. I can remake it. Just like the mother in the kitchen making the soup or the stuff, I can remake this with kindness and mercy. And then as it's in my vehicle, as it's in our vehicles, it is a walking energy that has to do nothing except be that. And then what we do becomes sweet and gentle and powerful and anchored. It is who we are. We have never been anything different than that. But the mind will jostle us with, well, what about this and what about that? And they said this and they said that, and these great ones have this doctrine and that doctrine and all of that. And I say, good to all of that, but find your own way. Your own way is the way of the divine Christ as you. And there is no wrong way. There are infinite ways to the one. The one is in the many. And it shows up in a diverse way. And so when we accept this and we look beyond what it is that is troubling us or troubling the world, and the world has much to say about that, our politics, our environment, our climate, our money, our la, 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 la. And I say, good, bring it here to me so I can see the truth of it. I don't have to tell you what it is that I'm doing. You don't have to believe who I am. Only I have to believe who I am so that I can see the truth. If I can't believe the light in me, how could I ever see the light in anyone else? You can do it that way too. There's a simplicity of truth that I use. I have to go back to simplicity because sometimes my mind gets very, very knotted up in things. And so I have to just sort of clear the table and make things simple. And the simple truth is that I can sit down on my couch in my living room and bring up the faces of all the people that have visited my life. Not to be sad because they're gone. They're not gone. I carry them in my heart. I carry them in my soul. And so I bring them up in gratitude and remembrance. And I remember that. And another way to bring me into my soul self is to pray for those that need prayers. Even if I'm a mess and, I haven't been doing well, I know how to set that aside and go deep and say the prayer and know the truth for people. And then I do the reaching out, the phone calling, the texting, the whatever. Very, very simple, not very avant-garde, nothing spectacular about it. And then grace shows up in my life and gifts me exactly what I need for my own well-being. It could be the shape of the energy that moves through my house and glints off my little crystals, or how the leaves and the golden audacity of nature is reflected in my living room through the life beyond my windows, in tree and bird and cloud. And when I walk outside and I put my foot on Mother Nature, and the scent of the mother of the earth, and the sound of the bird, and the busyness of the traffic on the road, and the honking cars, and the people that are doing their chainsaws and chopping wood. It's all this orchestration of life living itself right in the very center of my little home. And it is proof to me that I need go nowhere for the divine to show up and love me, because it knows how to. And this is what I'm asking us all to do, is to remember in the ordinary, mundane is the magnificent, mystical life. In the rock and stone and the pattern of Mother Nature and the laughter of children and the busyness of going in shopping and people jostling and the noise and even the angst that's going on and what you hear. If you step to the central place, it's like this orchestra of music that together creates this tapestry of life that is extraordinary. But if all I hear is the angry voice, I've missed the orchestra. There's a place for all of it. And we're here to celebrate that. I am blessed to be in your presence, that you would take the time to show up today and share your life with me. If I could have anything, and I do have everything, the intimacy of human connection and the intimacy of life as it unfolds for me is evidence of love, is evidence of God's mercy and kindness. Because everything else falls away in the truth of that. So as we go forth today, recognize that we are an alchemical vehicle full of light to overflowing, never empty, always full. And that we, through our own genius, through our own magnificence, are the transmuting vehicles that send out the light where it needs to be, and the compassion and the mercy and love. Thank you. Love you.
Okay. Holy cow. We're so blessed here. My gosh. Okay, so now is our time for our joyful time of giving. Some of you may have seen our tree that's out in the gathering space that Jen and her daughter Lily put up there. We're in a time of calling in the abundance to this center. And with Mitch and with the board, we've been working on getting pledges that are automatic, so the board can look at that and know here's what comes in each month. And so one way to get your name up on that tree is to just create a pledge that comes in regularly in any amount, just so the board can look and say, here's what we have, and here's what our expenses are, and know where we are. So we're just so grateful to all of you for whatever it is that you do to help keep this place going, keep this mission going, keep these speakers and these workshops and these classes, all of it. So we're going to bring up a few ways that you can give virtually or set up your pledge online. We have set up a lot of ways to do it digitally during the pandemic. So texting the word Amani to 44321, hitting the donate buttons on your email blast or the newsletters that come out. There's a donate button on our website at theamanicenter.org. You can set up an automatic renewing donation on your bank app, or you can also just send a check, drop money in on Sunday, whatever works for you. We're just so grateful for whatever it is that you do to help support this center. And so I'm going to turn it over to Reverend Angie. Do you want to move over here, Angie, so you're in the shot again, to do our treatment, so you can bless those tithes and offerings.
Thank you, Mercy. All righty, let's just take a moment again to come together, closing our eyes, coming inward, taking our tithe or our donation or just our love that we want to share with the center today and holding that over our hearts and feeling the circulation moving through our heart as our blood courses through our body, knowing that money is also a form of circulation. That's why we call it currency. It is a current that it flows in. And as it moves into our lives and moves out of our lives, the greater the flow. And we know that we cannot outgive God. And so we know that we live in an abundant universe of infinite potential. Potentiality of all kinds exists, limited only by your own imagination and ability to receive. And so today we open up our ability to receive and we come wide open, taking in all that is ours in the ways of blessings and abundance of every form and kind. And we share that today at the Amani Center, knowing that as we do, the Amani Center can continue to be in service and continue to grow programs and projects, reaching out into the community and being of service to the greater good. And we are so grateful and happy to be a part of that experience through the Amani Center. And I know that even as I speak my word, it is already done, as together we say, and so it is.
I'm trying to gather myself together here. This woman, I got woke. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a sing-along. Think of your fellow man, lend him a helping hand, put a little love in your heart. You see it's getting late, oh please don't hesitate, put a little love in your heart, yes, and the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you and me. You just wait and see, yeah. Another day goes by and still the children cry, put a little love in your heart, yeah. I want the world to know we won't let hatred grow, put a little love in your heart. Well, the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you and me. You just wait and see, wait and see. Take a good look around, and if you're looking down, put a little love in your heart. Well, I hope when you decide kindness will be your guide, put a little love in your heart. Well, the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you and me. You just wait and see, yeah. Put a little love in your heart every day now. Put a little love in your heart, yeah. Put a little love in your heart. Well, now put a little love in your
And I accept these tithes and these offerings on behalf of the Amani Center, knowing that they are growing and expanding as we continue to grow and expand and to send that energy outwards. And we go and share our day today in that flow and that energy, and we know that we are on it.
Thank you, Angie. All right. So now it's time for us all to stand together to sing our closing song, The Presence is Here.
I was on a kid's song.
The presence is here. The presence
presence is here. Love and spirit prevail on each face. The presence is here. Amen. The presence is here. And I will meet you in grace. And I will meet you in grace.
And in this tremendous spirit of light and power and goodness and mercy, be that joy and celebrate your life with everyone you come in contact with. So it is.
And so it is.